Hey, it's Tina Forsyth here of OnlineBusinessManager.com. So I want to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes, if you will, as to what's been going on in my own business. This is actually really interesting, I think, and really something I truly want to share with all of the business owners in the crowd out there, with everyone out there who potentially needs to or is considering or wondering about what it is to actually hire an online business manager for themselves. See, my business has been going through its own metamorphosis over the past year, and particularly over the past year, where I have shifted from being working as an OBM for my clients. I had done that for a number of years, really saw the need for other people who needed this kind of support, very purposely and consciously decided to start training people in becoming online business managers. And ultimately what I love to be able to do is to connect business owners with the help that they need, to connect them with their own OBMs, to really get that level of support that they want and need in their business. And what's been so funny about this is, of course, as I'm going through this journey in my business, I'm really recognizing in myself that I am the business owner who's going through this process of figuring out, what kind of help I need and who I need to help me and what this whole thing can look like when it comes to hiring an OBM. So I want to share that with you guys. I want to kind of give you a little bit of a sneak peek into my own journey and be able to share with all of the business owners, all of those of you who own your own businesses and who are really going down this path as well and starting to explore this for yourselves. It really came clear to me. I had a session with my mentor, David Nagel, back in, I think it was in October. And of course we were planning out, business, big picture vision, all of this fun stuff that I want to do in my business. And it was funny because at one point, he turned to me and said, "Okay, Tina, you need to hire your own OBM. I hope you realize that." And I have my moment of like, oh, which sounds kind of funny to say, right? Because of course I'm talking to business owners about this all the time. But for me, myself, very personally, it was like, oh, I do need to hire my own OBM. And what that was for me, it's kind of like step number one when people ask me about, do I need to hire an OBM? Or how do I need to know if I need to hire an OBM? Really fundamentally, this can sound kind of funny to say, but I believe any growing business, any business that wants to go really, really far and really create something huge and create a big impact on the world, you're going to need a business manager at some point in your business. There's just no doubt about that in my mind. I'm of the belief that every business owner needs to have their OBM and they need to have their own coach or mentor or whoever that is. And, together that helps create this entire process and helps you be able to create really big things in the world. But first and foremost, to be able to recognize yourself in that journey and know if and when you need to hire an OBM. When does a time come that you actually need to hire an OBM? First part of it is that really fundamentally, when it comes right down to it, is that you can't do everything on your own. And for me, and I will freely admit this, and my own online business manager, whose name is Tiffany, she's awesome. She has, I've said this to her and she totally gets it as well. I'm the kind of business owner where I can potentially be the control freak. I know how to do everything that needs to be done in my business. I know, intimately what all the steps and processes and this and that and all the hows and all that thing, all of that is to actually do those things because I've been the OBM, right? So step number one is really recognizing, I can't do this all on my own, which can sound kind of funny to say in a way, right? But it's one thing to kind of hear that and know it. And, we've all heard that before. You need to hire people, you need to hire a team, hire a VA, etc., whatever it is to help us do things, right? But to really know and get that and feel that as a business owner is actually a really interesting experience. I know for me, when that came up, and especially a few months back when David had said that to me, it was like, oh gosh, I do, and at that moment for me, it was really a matter of like, okay, this is a real commitment on my part to be able to step forward in this business. This is where I need to be able to know and decide and very clearly step into being the best that I can be and creating the best business that I can create. I have a very big vision for wanting to help virtual online-based businesses get the support and help that they need. And the people who do provide the support and help for enabling them to get the training and the guidance and be able to, connect these two places together, right? To be able to have this come together in such a beautiful way because there's such a huge need out there for that, right? And for me to really realize it's like, oh, I need to myself be willing and open to actually accepting this kind of help. I need to be willing and open to step into playing a bigger role in my own business and being able to let go of some of these other things, in order to create bigger things in my business. Because the fact of the matter comes down to it, and I've seen this intimately for myself over the past few months in particular, as I've really been working towards some bigger things, there's no way I can do it all on my own. There is simply no way I can do it all on my own. And as much as different fears can pop up around that, oh my gosh, can I afford somebody? Can I do this? What if I did this? I don't want to nobody will do it as good as I do. All of these kind of things can pop up around this whole idea, right? But fundamentally, that's really the first step here, is just, oh, I cannot do this all on my own. And it's an absolute recipe for insanity and, disaster and all of these kind of things to try and do it all on our own, right? To try and stay plugged into all of the how, as it is when it comes down to the business. As business owners, we really need to be able to see the big picture, the vision, work strategically towards all of that and the growth activities of that, and start to let go of the how. Start to let go of the how within our business. And that, of course, can be where an online business manager plugs in. So stay tuned. I'm definitely going to be sharing more and more with you guys about my own journey through this, because I think it's really helpful for you to kind of see from that back end perspective, as far as, okay, what are other people doing when they're, building their own team, and what does this look like as a business owner as I'm stepping into this for myself? But yeah, really start with that. Just start with recognizing that and really starting to feel that, okay, if I want to create something big, I need to get the heck out of my own way, is essentially what it can come down to. And would love to hear how it's going for you. Would love to hear comments, questions, etc. We're going to be sharing more information with you guys in the near future in this whole wide realm of, finding and hiring and being able to find your own best team and your own best online business manager for you and your business to support you in your growth. Really, really important for me, for me to be able to see that happen for you. Again,